of the show.
Hey, what's up, peeps? My name is Lachlan Monroe. You're watching Vinny and Skip on the Best Damn Movie Show on YouTube.com.
And welcome to another edition of the Best Damn Movie Show. I'm your host, Vincent Espada, and this is reviews. I take the movies that I've seen, the last of the movies that I'm going to see for the year 2014, and I'm going to review them. Tonight, I'm going to review Elf's Christmas special that happened this week, and a fantastic movie, if you've not seen it, an Oscar-acclaimed movie, Unbroken. And this one's that's directed by Angelina Jolie. Let's get into it. Let's save the best for last, though. Let's talk about Elf, the Buddy Christmas special. Came on Wednesday, and I was very disappointed about this. Jim Parsons was the voice of Buddy, and then Walter was voiced by Mark Hamill. Know him from Star Wars. And like I tell my buddy all the time, Mark Hamill is not that big of an actor, only for the fact that all he does is voice over work. He does voice work. That's all he does. But I was really disappointed in this. If you don't know Jim Parsons, he plays on The Big Bang Theory. But I was disappointed for the fact that they took the movie, I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they shortened it in a cartoon for 1 hour. That's all they did. Which is disappointing, because if you're going to do a Buddy's Christmas special, at least do a new story, something new that we haven't seen. Don't rehash what's already been done. And that's all the NBC did. They took the guys and they picked out new people to play the parts of Walter and Buddy, and they did the same exact thing. I would love to hear what Will Ferrell has to say about this. Only for the fact is that I feel like they just trashed the movie. Not saying that the animation wasn't good, because it was, but if you're going to take an hour special and dedicate it to a character named Buddy in the film, I would have done something different. So I'm going to have to give that movie, I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. I split it because I did enjoy it. I was looking forward to see it. But then on the other side, I was disappointed because it wasn't a special. They should have just called it the movie that's been cut into 1 hour. That's what they should have called it, because that's what it was. Next up, I saw this movie that comes out on Christmas Day, December 25th, called Unbroken. This is going to be an Oscar-acclaimed movie. This one's directed by Angelina Jolie. But the story's about a Olympian. His name is Louis Zamperini, that entered the army and had a fatal plane crash and was stuck on a raft for 47 days. And then he was captured by the Japs to be in prison, false in prison. But the movie is interesting. It's so interesting. It's about his life. Which is really cool, because I love true stories. I love to see movies that are made into true stories that actually mean something. Not these bullshit remakes where, they're just taking a story and they're going to add a cool guy with a leather jacket or a new face. This movie is worth going to see. It's a true story. And Louis Zamperini is played by Jack O'Connelly, which is he's a fantastic actor. Also in this one is Joel Courtney and Grant Hendla. There's a lot of people in this movie, and there's a couple up and coming stars that I think should get the Oscar. But this movie begins by it shows him growing up. It shows him going through the Olympics and to the tryouts. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm going to tell you what, if that was me, I could never do it, folks. I could never do it. First of all, there was a part in the movie where they were on the raft, and he was stuck on the raft with 3 of his co-pilots from the plane. And there's one part in the movie where he was talking about he wanted to get rescued within 18 days because there was another plane crash that he read about that they were stuck on the raft for 18 days. Well, that didn't happen, folks. The only bad thing I gotta say about this movie, was, I think the raft scenes, I think there was too much of them. I think if they would have just cut it down a little bit, I think they could have put a little bit more in the movie. Because there's a part where it goes between 20 to 25 minutes of just them day by day on the raft. And it's nothing different than watching Castaway. Because Castaway, you're watching this guy on the island with a volleyball painted face of his hand, and he's trying to survive, find food, things like that. And basically, that's what they're doing. They're trying to survive, trying to find food. But like I said, great movie. I can't believe that that everybody has to wait until Christmas Day because it's a fantastic film. And I hope you all go see it. It comes out the same day as Night in the Museum 3, December 20th. Before we go, I have to say one other thing. The Interview was coming out December 25th, starring Seth Rogen and James Franco. And they just recently cut it. They're not going to release it. And I don't blame them. I kind of figured it was going to happen. I kind of knew it was going to happen. With everything going on, and hopefully they'll release it, they'll leak it, something. I know some people out there have seen it because they got an early screening of it, so if you've seen it, good for you. Hoping to hear about your reviews, but it's a shame, man. I don't understand why they would pick such a personal subject. I mean, when you're going after somebody's president, that's kind of personal, you know what I mean? Like, it might be funny in your part, but in reality, you have to think, are there going to be consequences to film this movie? I mean, the movie cost $42 million to make. They're estimated to lose $100 million. But James Franco and Seth Rogen have already got paid for the project, so they're not losing nothing. It's Sony. But well, that's the show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my reviews. Like I said, make sure you go check out Unbroken, December 25th, along with Night at the Museum 3 on Christmas Day. And enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I think I got one more show before the New Year. I'm going to be reviewing The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg and John Goodman next week. But until then, I'm your host, Vincent Espada. Make sure you check out the Best in Movie Show for all your information, up-to-date news, articles, and everything else you need to know about the show. I'll see you at the movies. Good night, everybody.